Hey guys, I'm back working on my GMC Envoy, and I've got a intake from Facebook Marketplace. Cost me 50 bucks. I'll be installing it today because I want to see if it runs well and how well the transmission works, because what I'm going to be doing starting today, I won't be needing this transmission anymore. So I've looked on Facebook. I hadn't found anyone YouTube, and I haven't seen anyone do this yet, and I figured I'd be the first. I am un-LS swapping my 2006 GMC Envoy. That's right, I am taking the 5.3 liter LS series engine out of this thing, and I'm putting a small block Chevrolet in it with a 3-speed automatic transmission. So why am I doing this? It's crazy, I know, but I really wanted this engine in one of my classic cars, and it's going to be perfect for it. And no one loves these GMC Envoys. I mean, it's an SUV. Nothing special about it. So it's a perfect candidate to un-LS swap. All right, so I'm going to start with removing the intake and installing the new intake, and we're going to see if it runs any better. So I've got the intake off, and well, I found the huge vacuum leak. It is this port right here, this one right here. So I'm gonna shine the light in the intake, and I got the camera under the intake, so I've got several big holes right here. Hot combustion is going into that intake plenum, and I believe it'll be this cylinder right here. I believe I've got a bent valve. Let's stick this probe in there. Let's turn it on. Here we go. So there's a good look at the valve, and it appears to be cocked, which tells me that the valve is bent. So something might have gotten into the cylinder and bent the valve. There's no telling what could have done it. So I should be able to put this intake on, and I'm going to crank it up and I'm going to hear it run. And if that cylinder, if it's got a misfire and it's like exhaust gas is going into that intake runner, I'm going to disconnect the coil to that cylinder so I can know which cylinder it is, and I can drive it into the shop to have the enginectomy done. Yes, I'm putting the small block Chevrolet in here, and so this is a 5.3, and I'm going to replace it with a 5.3. I'm putting a 327 Chevy engine in it out of a 68 Chevy truck. So I'll get this intake on, and then I'm going to drive this to the inspection station. I'm going to have it inspected before I do the engine swap, because we already know that it's not going to pass inspection with a small block Chevrolet in it. So let me get to putting this other intake in and firing this bad boy up. right, I've got the new intake on. Got to tighten up the last bolt. Alright. Now, let's hit the key and see what happens. I bet you I've got a burnt valve and it's going to have a misfire. Let's see. Where's the key? Here we go. Cranking. Well, well, what do you know? The thing sounds pretty good. It does have a misfire though. Oh, the AC is cold. Alright. So I'm going to disconnect the coil that I think has the misfire, and that would be this one. It shouldn't change. Yeah. So the misfire is the same with the coil disconnected. I'm pretty sure I've got a bent valve on that cylinder. Unplugging it will help keep from it burning another intake. So the heads have got to come off this engine. But let's see how this thing does driving down the road. I want to see how the transmission shifts. So let's back out of the shop and see how this thing does. Here we go. Fires up like it should, except for a misfire. AC's blowing cold. It goes into reverse pretty quick. I can feel that misfire though. Here we go. Second feels good. Third. Fourth. I do believe we got a good transmission here. This thing is great. AC's great. I think this was an excellent buy. Alright, so let's get this thing to the shop and get the motor and transmission pulled. fooling you. It would be nice if it sounded like that. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. We got the engine out, and I'll be taking all this stuff to my warehouse and putting it away for safekeeping, because that 5.3 is going to be used for a future project. And now I have to go to the shop and I have to pick up my 5.3 liter 327 out of a 68 Chevy pickup truck. It's got a tiny little cam in it, so should have a little bit of chop. So that'll be going in the next video. So guys, thanks for watching. Bear with me now. We'll get this thing going. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Like that chop, didn't you? Fooled you. Happy Father's Day, Dad. That's it.